My name is Carol. I am the owner and creator of everything you find at CarolJo's.com. We also do lots of other things, which I will explain as soon as TikTok and YouTube let everybody know that I am going live. And Buttercup thinks she needs to like fix my hair for me.
I think I need to, honey.
She thinks really she needs to. Oh, I love her.
Oh no, I don't have that many left.
All right. Hi, Tiara. What?
Is it second or the first day?
First.
I got another seal.
Okay.
My A, B.
All right. Sorry here. I am getting my backup account up and running so that people know that I am live, okay?
Guys what? Buttercup went to swim lessons today and pick out her glasses.
Yes, we've had an eventful day. All right. Let's go here. Let's change my profile to the backup account because it is going good. How about yours? There, it did tell me. Now I can there, and I can do there. I think we got some more people over on YouTube or on TikTok. Sorry. Good. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Kelly. We have different things that we do here on social media. I do chat times, which we will have Wednesday during the day. We do sales. We had one earlier today. We'll have one tomorrow. Every day this week, we have one different type of sales. So we have lots of different things that we're doing there. Oh, sure. I will bring. So tomorrow is the bring back sale, and someone is asking what that means. That means that we are bringing back items that we had up for sale in the past, and we're bringing them back up that didn't sell out. So if you missed that sale, or if you are new, it is something new. And sorry, there's a curl that's really bugging me there. Or if you were here that day, it's a time to stock up. Some of them are going to be limited quantity, some are not. Some of the items that we're going to use tonight are going to be part of the bring back sale tomorrow. So that's what that one is. And I'm going to show you when we go to show you the example, which ones will be there tomorrow, just to help you out. So that's it. And then tonight and Friday, we have tutorials. Fridays during the day. The Friday tutorial is called Harvest Stack Bracelets. And tonight is called Simply Timeless. Yeah, okay. I totally get it. Simply Timeless here is a 3-strand necklace that we use the beadable bars in. And then I use here, I'm going to give the close-up of what this is. It is the textured jump ring. See if I can get that one. I'm going to put my hand behind it here to see there. You guys can see it better now. So we have that. That is what I attach all 3 of the strands to, and then that goes to our paper clip chain. Hi, Geraldine. So that is what we're going to make. We also have the closure on the back here. So what this one is that you're going to need to make this bracelet, or not bracelet, it's a necklace, everybody. Hello. You're going to need some sort of, I use Highlighter 6mm size beads. I am going to use for our next example this color. This one is called Saddle Brown. It is a glass pearl bead. So this is the strand that I'm going to use. We don't use the entire strand, but we use a good amount of it. You will need 2 beadable bars that are 3-strand beadable bars like this. Let's see if there we go. My ring light for TikTok went out today after my other live. I can't get it to go. So because of that, all I have for light is the YouTube one. And so you're kind of in a disadvantage in the shadowy over here on TikTok. And I am sorry. I'm going to see about after I get off the live what I can do. We have the textured jump ring. This is a jump ring, but it is a closed jump ring that not soldered, but it just comes closed. I didn't open it to use it. And so that jump ring, this is one of the items that we will have tomorrow on the bring back. We had it just recently within the last 2 months, but as a bring back, but I am bringing it back again because we're using it for this necklace. The beadable bars, spacer bars, these will be on Friday's sale. So you will be able to get these on Friday. The other item that we're going to have tomorrow on the bring back sale is the 6mm split rings. There is a bag of those that you can get for purchase tomorrow. So, well, you need 2 of those to make the necklace. I am still trying to find my 12 by 6mm jump lobster claws clasps here. If I find those, I will bring them, but I'm not having luck finding them. I don't know if I sold them out or not. So we have that. I do not sell these. These are the 2mm sterling silver crimp tubes. You need 6 of those for this necklace. The other thing that I'm using, this will be available on Friday night, and that is the paper clip chain. I love using them too. So Lucky Charm over here on TikTok said she loves using the split rings. I do too. I use them as much as possible. So this will be available Friday night. So, and then the beads.
Oh, the tires over there.
The beads, I always have had on Friday night a different color of the 6mm size beads on the glass pearls. You could use a 6mm glass bead. You can use natural beads. You can use whatever style of bead that you would like. I just happen to be using glass pearls because to me those are timeless. So everything except for right now, the lobster clasps I will have either tomorrow or Friday. And then the beads, you can just pick those up at any time. So I hope that helps you figure out when some of the items will be up for sale for you guys to be able to buy. Hi, Melissa. So that's what you'll need for supplies. Besides, you will need your wire, your bead wire. Mine's unlabeled that I use. And then I have 6 of the bead stoppers that I'll be using. For tools, I have 2 of the chain nose pliers. I have the split nose pliers. I'll show you each here. They're upside down, but that's a split nose. Then we also have the flush cutter pliers. And we will need the crimp pliers. So that is what we have. All right. So those are your tools that you will need and the supplies. If anybody has questions while we're going through this, please let me know. Thank you, Melissa, for the gifts. I appreciate that. All right. I am going to point you guys down so that we can go through how to do this necklace. And I'm going to move the tools off to the side because I don't want everything to concentrate on the tools. I want you guys to be able to see what we're making. And sometimes having tools on there makes the camera focus on the tools. You should be seeing my bead mat where we have a clear spot right now. Whoop, I'm losing my crimp tubes off of my mat. All right. I am going to cut off 3 about 18-inch pieces of wire. Does it mean that we're filling up the full 18 inches? Nope, it is not. It's just I like a big piece. You can make it a little bit smaller if you want. All right. My cutters are right here. So there is 1. There is 2. And here is 3. I measure once and cut it 3 times. So that is what I need. and my wire decided to come off of my roll. So hold on. I want to restring it here so it's not going every place. It's back there. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to take one piece of the wire and put my bead stopper on it. And then I'm going to put that piece up above. I'm going to get the second piece, put a bead stopper, put it up above, and get those pieces of wire out of my way so that I don't accidentally tangle with them. And then we're going to get the third piece, put the bead stopper on. So that's what we've got. Sure will. Someone asked for me to show the necklace one more time. I hope that helps you out there, Lucky Charm. I am going to cut my strand of beads. Okay. I thought this was a really cool idea. So what this is I just add 4 beads at a time on there. I just grab 4 off of my strand and then just put them on there. That makes it really easy and fast sometimes. Sometimes if the hole is big enough, you can put your piece of wire next to the strand and just transfer them. But sometimes with the glass pearls, it doesn't always work that way. So that's why I'm just doing 4 at a time. So we got 12, 16, and you can use however many you want. 16, there's 20, 24, 28, 32. So I have 32 beads on my first piece of wire. So that's what 32 beads looks like. Right here, from right here, right above or below our spacer bar, all the way around to this spacer bar is 32 beads on this strand. This strand has 34, and this one has 36. And then that's when, if you use those numbers, that's when your bead bar looks this way. If you want your bead bar to be straight across, it's hard to get it. Hi, Ashley. It's hard to get it straight across all the time. So I just don't worry about getting it straight across. But if that's the case, then you're going to want to do it where you have like 35 on this one and like 37 on this one. And I can show you if we want to do that with the next ones, but 32 is the first one no matter what. And we'll take our other bead stop and just put it on here. So that's number 1. You just set it aside and know it's number 1. Number 2, we're going to put 34, and we can do the 35 and see if that will get us a straight across. There's 5, and then, or 4, I mean. Every once in a while, I just cut off a piece of the strand of that, the plastic from the strand, so I don't have to deal with that and take it all the way off. Whoop. There is 8. As always, if we get 10 shares and 10,000 likes over on TikTok, we will be doing a giveaway. This is 12. Hi, Vicky. Here is 16 once I get all of these strung. then 20, 24, 28. Oh, Jiminy Christmases. I really thought it was. I am so sorry, Heidi. I looked at E and just thought, oh, she's back. Because she was here earlier today. I am so sorry, Heidi. All right, there's 32. Oh, man. Don't be mad at me, please. And thanks for correcting me. All right, there is 35. I'm going to grab another bead stopper and put it on this end. And now we're going to grab our last piece of wire. And we are going to put, we're going to do 37 this time. Oh. And I don't know why I do it so many times, though. Well, I do know, because I stink at remembering everybody's names. All right, this, once I get these on, this will be 8 on the 3rd row. I had a whole bunch. They just moved around, so my holes didn't line up to make that one easy. So what kind of projects is everybody working on? There's 2. That makes 10, 11, 12. There you go. Inventory, yeesh. Make sure we got 4, 8, 12, 16. So these will be 20. Working on inventory is not fun, but you have to do it and stay on top of it because you have to give a number of what your inventory is to the IRS every year. I think we all would over inventory. Oh, nice. That is very sweet of you to do, Lucky Charm. Lucky Charm Boutiques is working on getting her e-shop for having 50% off, or we're not 50% off, let me clarify. 50% of her proceeds are going to the Texas flood victims. 8, 12, 16, 24, 28. So this is 32. Hi, Rita. This will be 36. And we're going to do one more. We're going to do this one with 37 and see if our bars are straight. It doesn't matter if your bars are slanted or straight. It is a preference for yourself. We're going to try to get it as straight as possible. So now I'm going to put on this end another bead stopper. So if you notice, we have 3 strands I'm trying to be able to pick them all up at the same time here. There are our 3 strands. And we're going to put our beadable bars on each end. And then what we did here is this, so we added enough beads to get it even. So if we're doing this with 32, 34, and 36, it was 5, 6, and 7. But if we made it already even because our numbers are there, all we need to do is add 5 on this side here. So I am going to start on this side here. I am going to add the beadable bar to the top row. I'm going to get some more. I'm going to pull off 5 of the saddle brown glass pearls and put those on. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put my stopper back on. Grabbing the middle row here, take off the beadable bar, put it through the middle hole, grab 5 of the beads, and add those on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then put our bead stopper back on. Hi, Ray. Take our beadable bar or our bead stopper off, go through the bottom hole of the beadable bar, and then add 5 more beads to that strand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm making a really good masterpiece that I just made.
And what is that?
Tortilla with chocolate syrup and M&Ms.
Oh boy. I thought you said you didn't like peanut M&Ms a moment ago.
M&Ms, not peanut M&Ms.
Oh, where'd you find M&Ms?
Remember when you got 2 big bags?
Oh yes, I forgot I got regular ones.
Oh.
All right, so there is one side. Do you see how, sorry, these are all even and that bar is straight. That's what we're going to do with this one. Hi, Joya.
I forgot you don't have your glasses.
No, I don't have those for another
where
week.
the heck are those?
Nope.
Oma.
What?
And like, I don't know if I like it or not. Like, it's like, you know the saying, like, it's so ugly, it's cute.
Yeah?
It's like this, but it's so disgusting, I like it.
Okay, I'm going to keep teaching here, okay? I'll talk to you in a bit. All right, we're going to do our last beadable bar with the 3 holes on there. Oh, she went out. She's had a day. And then we're going to put that first hole, the top one, and you want to make sure that you're getting these in the right order. So I've got the top one in the top hole, 5 beads, put those on. So in all, she had her first ever swim lessons today. And then after that, we went to lunch, ran an errand, came home, I did my live. We're going to put this on there, our bead stopper. We're going to make sure we got our middle one, which is what we got here. Put that through the middle hole. And then we had our eye appointments. Remember, you guys, I told you we had eye appointments this week. So they were today. And we knew she was probably going to have to get glasses. And so we picked out glasses for her. And then after that, hi, Gladys. We came home. Her and I both picked out glasses. The only time I have to wear the glasses is when I'm making jewelry. I don't need it for reading. I don't need it to work on the computer or drive or anything. Only when I'm making jewelry. That is when we are going to need my glasses. I'm going to put this one on down here. I'm going to move this one down because I want to show you pretty much how it's going to be. So let's move that one down. All right, our last one. We're going to put it through the last hole on the beadable bar. Bring that through and then add 5. Let's get that one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, they are not bifocals. They are just a single vision. No bifocals today. I just can't see at that one spot. And so literally what it means is like when we're here, I would have them down so I could see what I'm doing. When I flip the cameras up, I can take them off because then I'll be able to see. That's literally what I need them for, is right here. All right, I'm going to hold these up. And do you see how we got the bead stoppers are a little bit wide, so it's making it so you don't see it completely. But do you see how here our bar is a little bit straighter than in our example one? Either way is fine. It's just the way it is. Oh yeah, that wouldn't be good. I've never had bifocals ever, but the LASIK that I got, they say can cause that. Now, I took the top bead stop off. I'm going to put a 2mm crimp tube. Here we go. I'm going to try to bring this close so you guys can see what that looks like right there. We are going to then, this is why I don't want to move it very much, is because I don't want to lose where everything is at. Put on our split or our textured jump ring. Go over the top of the jump ring and back through our crimp tube. Ha! Thank you. I am going to finish just this one up and then we'll do it. We're going to crimp this one. Test it out to make sure it stays. It did. Now I'm going to leave this sit here while we do our giveaway. I'm going to pick a color here. Hi, Mondo. Let's see. Ooh. All right, it is a 2-word color. 2 words make up the name of this one. Oh, the bead stoppers, they open by using these 2 parts. You open it like this, and then you put a piece of wire in it and let it shut, and then it makes it so your beads don't fall off. That is what it's for. Hello? Is it Reyes? I can't see comments very well when it's down. I don't have a backup of YouTube to be able to see comments. All right, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to give you guys a clue. Trying to think of a good clue for this one. How about wooded area? All right, someone got it. Let me see who it is. Cheyenne got it first. Thank you. So congratulations, Cheyenne. And then Joya and Lulu and Geraldine. So Cheyenne is the winner for this round. And you got $5 off your invoice. So congratulations. All right. I'm going to put that away. So whoop, whoop. All right. We're going to get back to the tutorial. And this is where things can go wrong if you don't do this right. You want to keep this laying like how you want it to lay, meaning that I want my top level of pearls to be on the top wire. I'm going to grab another one of the wires, the middle one, and I'm going to take off my bead stop. I am going to take my crimp tube, put it on the jump ring right below the top one, push it down, and then use my crimp pliers to close this up. And I'm not going into details of how to use the crimp tubes and the crimp pliers because there are some tutorials out on YouTube that will give you a good explanation of that. No way. So that's why both of you girls got it. I remember that Geraldine had said that once. All right. We are going to take our last bead stop off on this side. We are going to put the crimp tube on that. We are going to put that third row below the second row wire. Bring that up and crimp it. This end is extremely easy to crimp over the next side. There we go. And we test that out and it's working just fine. All right. Now, I got to bring this over so you guys can see it on camera. We're going to keep our rows once again in the same order. But you got to make sure, see how we have this little end out here? We got to get that to go through at least one or two of the beads, and then try to get it through as many as possible. So we're going to work on that on the right, it's my right side, and get that in there. Okay, now we're going to push the, oh, he's got a little bit longer. I'm going to cut a little bit off here. He was a really long piece, so we're going to cut that off. We're wanting the top row to not have any space. Hi, Julie. Now we're going to grab our crimp tube again, put it on, grab our jump ring. It is a textured jump ring. Bring that around. I have a lot of extra wire here, so we're going to bring this down closer to my glass pearls. Go through one or two of those glass pearls here and bring that through. Make sure that this top line here, or beads, is not any spaces in it. And we're going to pull it up tight. Not so that it like rubs against our crimp tube and breaks our wire, but we want to bring it in tight that it's not going to create extra room down here. You see, when I move the beads, you'll see that there's a little bit of play in there. That means I need to bring this one closer. So let me hold this and see if we can get that better. Sometimes it works to lay it down, sometimes it doesn't. You just have to fiddle, and we have to fiddle 3 times with this one. Okay. There we go. We got it. All right. We're going to grab our crimp pliers, and we are going to, whoop, he got a little bit loose. There we go. There we go. Get in there and do the crimp tube. And get that crimped. There we go. Whew. He was being, hi Cindy. He's being a little bit stubborn. We're going to cut off our little excess wire. There is a video on how to crimp out on YouTube. So I'm not going into great detail about crimping. All right, now for number 3, once again, put the wire on the right side through a couple of beads. You can cut it off after you get through a couple if you'd like. And that's what I'm going to do on this end. There we go. Cut that off. All right, now let's get row number 3 or row number 2 down to where he needs to be. Take off our bead stop. Put on a crimp tube. Go through the jump ring below our top row. If you guys notice, this is our top row, middle row. So we are keeping that straight. Go back through the crimp tube and through as many glass beads as you can. I got through 2. I have a little bit of room that I want to get rid of in that necklace. So I want to hold this down and pull it together. There we go. Grab our crimp pliers, crimp that together. There we go. Cut off our extra wire. That one was easier than any of the other ones to crimp so far. Knock on wood. All right, now for our third on the left side and our last one, we are going to take off our bead stopper, grab our crimp tube, put this on below the middle one, go through that jump ring, find our crimp tube so we can go back through it backwards and then through at least a couple of beads. He's not going through the beads. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. There we go. We got it through 2, but we have some extra. Whoops, I forgot this end before we forget. I almost forgot to put our wire in on this end. Let's do that quick. Glad I noticed that before we got it all cinched up. Okay, went through 2. We're going to cut that off. Whew. Caught it before it was too late. All right, let's move those all down and let's get this in the picture. He came out, so we got to put him back in. There. There. Now we need to move our crimp tube down. He's way up by our jump ring. There. Having this, doing a multi-strand with the jump rings is a lot easier, everybody, than to try to put it on a closure. That's why I'm teaching it this way. And I'll explain what I mean by that after we get done, okay? So I'm just wiggling this one down and trying to get that extra out of there. But he keeps moving. There we go. I'm gonna move that down just a little bit. All right, crimp pliers. I just need this down just a hair. I don't want so much space there, but I need some. There we go. We are going to do our crimp pliers in there. Get that one. In a week, everybody, in a week, I should have the other glasses. Those of you that were on last week know what I'm talking about. All right. We're going to cut off that last piece. So here, I'm going to show you, is this part. And do you see the difference between the two? Because we put our extra beads in the center part rather than in the outer part. And so that will make these more even barred. If you're okay with the diagonal down, you put the extra beads on this side. There is no right way or wrong way to it. It's whatever you would like to do. Now, I'm going to add on our chain here and our closure. To be able to do that, I need to know what the length of the top layer is with our jump rings, and that is about 10 inches. So we have 10 inches from here to here. If we want an 18-inch necklace, then I need 4 inches of chain for each side. Before I do my chain, I'm going to open my one split ring with my split ring tool. I am going to add on the lobster clasp, grab my straight nose or flat nose pliers and spin that lobster clasp around on there. And that creates the split ring on top of this. That way your lobster clasp lays flat on the back. We're going to, if you want this, like I said, to be an 18-inch necklace with this being 10 inches, you would do 4 inches of chain. If you wanted it to be 19 inches, then do 4.5 inches of chain. However long you want to make this is how long you know, to subtract it from the necklace. This one here, I think I made it 20. Let me see. 20.5 inches. And let me show you where that lays at on my neck. So you can see where a 20-inch, with longer hair, that's going to cover up this and you're not going to see that chain as much. If you don't want to see that chain at all and bring it up a little bit, make it 18 to 19 inches. All right. Yep, you can do as many bars on the necklace as you want. You can order, I can get different bar, the 3-hole bars. I have a second one I found when I was going through some stuff, and I'm going to bring that not this Friday, but next Friday, I believe. Don't quote me on it. I will let you know later in the week. I'm going to make this a 19-inch necklace. So I'm going to do 4.5 inches of the bar chain. So what you're going to do is measure out 4.5 inches, open it up using 2 of those pliers, and add in your closure. On the other side, I will have the one that I'm using tonight up for sale on Friday night. Open up that and put it on your necklace. Now we're going to, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. With the larger links, I'll count those. I don't always like to count them when they're smaller links because that gets to be really hard. Open that up, put on our closure, close it up. You don't always have to have it on the long one if you don't want to, but I do, because you can use that long piece, long link to be your closure side. And then open up that other side, close it up. There we go. And then I'm going to put that on our necklace. Go in there. There we go. He wants to kind of like, there we go. He doesn't want to lay right for me right now for I don't know what reason. I might end up having to take one bead off, but that is, so if it were really straight, you understand what I'm saying here, where this is straighter than the other one? But it's like he needs one less bead on this one. So to fix that, we'd have to restring the whole thing, which I don't want to do right now. I'm being a lazy butt. I'm going to bring you guys up, okay? That's all I have to say. Ah. But that's the gist of how to do that. Because I thought I counted. I'm going to count out how many are on here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Then here, I might have mixed them up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Nope, that's not right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 39. That wasn't what I put on there, I thought. I will have to figure this out. Let's see. We'll see. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, it does need to be. It does. It's like it just has one too many beads in this one. If we would take one bead out, do you see how that would lay then? And that's what you want. You might not even see the beadable bar. So I'll fix that off camera. It is beautiful, but it isn't laying like I want it to because I got one extra bead in that row. And when I counted them, I do have one extra bead. But if you wanted to do this where you would have it be multiple throughout where you have the beadable bars, you would just go down here and put a beadable bar in, down here on both sides. You can go all the way to the back and not have the chain. So what I'm going to say is, do you see here where we have room to be able to mess around with getting our tools in there to do the crimp? If you would do this up to the back and have it on a smaller, even the 6 millimeter, you don't have as much room. These are, if I remember correctly, 10 millimeter. I'm going to go double check really quick, okay? They might be 12s. They are 10. That 10 millimeter size gives you enough room to play with it and get in there and be able to get your crimp pliers into that area and crimp it. If it were a 6 millimeter or smaller, it's going to be really hard. So if you haven't done multi-strands into a small space, it may frustrate you if that's your first one. That's why I thought for this one, we would do a 10 millimeter, and then I picked a textured jump ring to give it a little bit more like just elegance to it rather than just a regular jump ring or something else. So that is why I chose to have the textured jump rings. Going to the chain is to give yourself more room and get yourself accustomed to how much less space you have. Because even with having the 10 millimeter, you will have less space than if you do it as a single strand. And for me personally, I really struggled when I went to smaller spaces right away. I really wish I would have been taught how to do it with a larger area to work in that is smaller than what we normally work in, more confined, I should say. And then go from there. We are using the 3-strand beadable bar, which I don't have one on my desk here. But there are 3 strands in that bar with the silver. And then we're going to a 10 millimeter textured jump ring there. So that is what, and you know how I could actually do this and not take the middle one out, everybody, is take the bottom row off and add maybe a couple more beads so that they don't jump over each other. I think I'm going to do that because I do have enough beads to be able to do that with. Off of the strand of those, we have this many left. So I can add some more to that bottom one, and it would actually be easier than trying to navigate in the middle one. So it doesn't lay right because of the numbers of beads. It's not laying right. This one is laying over the top of this one. So the middle row is over the top of the last one. There is one difference on it, but it needs more than one. So we're going to fix it, and I'll bring it back and I'll show it to you guys what it looks like fixed. That is what we're going to do. So that's how you make what I'm calling the Simply Timeless, Simply Timeless necklace using the glass pearls. You know, here, I just want to show you so you can see once again what the difference is between doing, see how this one goes this way and this one goes this way for the beadable bars, because our links to get it even, our pearls to get it even, are up here. On this one, we did it where we added the pearls to the length in between here. Well, hey, even that way looks cool. That looks kind of cool. We'll get her fixed though, because that's not exactly what I wanted it to look like. This one's supposed to be this way. There we go. But do you see how the bar is straight here when you have the odd numbers of the beads down here and then kept it even above the bar? The bars are more straight. Neither one is right or wrong. It's about what you like. You get to make it how you want to do it. Okay? So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I'm like, all I did to do that, to show you guys how it made that little crossover, is we went and did it so that there was a little bit of a twist in there. So instead of it being straight, when I put on my closure, take one side and twist it over the other. So you just make it a 180-degree difference. And then you're going to get that twist in there. You can wear it any way you want. Honest to gosh. I wonder what would happen if we do like a double twist. I'm just playing around. This is how we find and make things really neat, is that you just play. Because if you guys looked, ooh, I'm wondering, hold on, I'm going to play some more. If you guys looked at my, trying to get this so we can twist there and twist again. Ooh, this one might be cool too. My quote for Monday, every Monday I have a quote. I like it there. I twisted both sides and it just made it look really, I like it. And it was that you just need to get started. Just start. And sometimes like today, we're just playing around and seeing what we can do to make it look different. That's all we need to do. Just have fun. Don't get so stuck in it has to look a certain way, because sometimes when it doesn't look the certain way, you might find a happy accident. We've all seen here on the live, every so often, I get happy accidents. It wasn't what I was intending, but at the end of the day, it is really, really cool. So you just need to play around and have those happy accidents. Now, I know I talked about at the beginning of this that there are different times or different shows where you're going to find things. So for the glass pearls, the 6mm, 8mm, and 10mm glass pearls will be available on Friday night show. I bring one of each one to the show every Friday night. So you're going to be seeing more colors coming. Could you try this with an 8 or a 10mm? You sure could. I just chose 6 because I like it. There you go. She just doesn't like to. She likes making it for everybody. So I know she does. The chain that we use tonight, this one, will be available on Friday nights live for the bead sale. I brought to tomorrow's bring back the 10 millimeter textured jump rings. Those will be on tomorrow's bring back sale. We will also have the 6 millimeter split rings on a bring back also. I'm still looking for the lobster claw clasp, but there's no guarantee I'm going to find them before we do tomorrow's show. Also on tomorrow's show for the bring back, I am bringing the 7 by 4 millimeter, I think it is, textured chain. I found it today when I was trying to find the lobster clasp. And I thought that would be really cool on here too. Rather than the large paper clip, you could do the textured chain instead. Totally up to you what one you want to use. Make it your own, but I thought I would give you that option, so I'm bringing that back. We have like 49 packages of the textured. We only have like 20 some of the paper clip chain. Those textured jump rings, we have like 70 bags available. So we have a lot of that. And I can't remember on the split rings, but we have a lot for that. So you can come and stock up on those items between tomorrow's show and Friday's show. Do you have to use the glass pearls? Nope. You could use a natural beads. You could use 3 different kinds of beads. You know, we could do 3 different glass pearls on this instead of just having the one. You could do glass beads in 3 different colors, or you could do a solid of glass beads. You could do like a 4, 6, and 8, or 6, 8, and 10 of the same color if you had that available. You get to make it however you want. Just like we talked about, you could make more spacer bars in here than what I showed you. You could bring it all the way to the top if you wanted. You can make this however you want to make it. I just wanted to give you inspiration. So once you guys have made those, no matter if it is on someone from YouTube or someone from TikTok, if you will go follow me on my Facebook VIP page, then you guys will be able to post pictures of what you made using this concept. Because I love to see what you guys create. Because we don't all create the same. And you can create using whatever style of beads you want, whatever shape beads you want. And you can move those spacer bars wherever you want. You can go a little or a lot. So I just want to see what you guys do. Okay? All right. Tomorrow, I have no idea what time it is for our live. So let me go look. Let's go here. Let's see what tomorrow. 1 o'clock is sitting in my head, but I might be wrong. So that's why I'm going to go look. Tuesday, I was wrong. It's at 2 p.m. You will look for CarolJo's VIP. If you are here on TikTok, let me show you how you guys get there. Because you guys will be able to do it. But you have to sign in the browser because it doesn't take you to the app. If you go to that CJS logo here at the top, then down below here, you get the other CJS logo. Touch that. Then here, there is a line that says Lemonade. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Lemonade right there. You touch that. Whoops. Down below, you get 2 boxes. The bottom one. And then up comes a list here in a second. There it is. And the one that says Facebook page. The Facebook page is my VIP one. There we go. And then you have to sign in and then you can go follow it. That is how you get there. So I hope that helps you find it all. And that way you guys can put out there what you've done. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the chat, or you can always message me. But I am going to get going because guess what? I want to get Buttercup to bed. She's got to go to bed earlier. She's been going to bed really late this summer. And when she has to get up and go to her summer program, she's really tired. So I need to wrangle her into bed. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's tutorial. Tomorrow will be bring back sale at 2 o'clock. We will have a chat on Wednesday. I don't remember the time, sorry. That might be where the 1 o'clock came in. And then we do not have a live tomorrow night. We have a baseball game. Wednesday night, we're going to have a bead sale where we're going to bring some of the colors of glass beads for the harvest stack that we're going to do on Friday, that tutorial. So I will be making the examples and bringing those to you guys tomorrow and on Wednesday during chat time so that you guys can see what it is and get some ideas of colors that you might want for it. So that'll be Wednesday night. Thursday, we will have our silicone basket sale. Friday, we have the stack tutorial. And then Friday night, we have the bead sale. Saturday, we have cabochon sale day. So I hope you guys, I'm like looking forward to this harvest stack because it's colors I like. So I hope you guys are excited about it as much as I am. But we will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. for the bring back sale. We'll see you then. Bye.